And now we'll move on to our final card for this online workshop. And again, we are using the Bright Beautiful DSP. And I've already cut this card front. Basically, I've cut it the same as I did for the last card. Let me bring that back in. So I've cut it to the same size as this. When you get yours, you will already have it punched, but I'm going to show you how I punch so that if you're getting your own supplies, you can actually do this yourself at home. And you will notice I've also gone back and used the same die cut from the Beautiful Balloons dies to die cut these little stars. And this is from the Berry Burst paper. So what we're using here is we've got a base of Berry Burst. We've got an insert there. Let's just move that out of the way for now. We've got, this is the Bubble Bath. I keep trying to call it bubble gum, but it's Bubble Bath. So this is a layer that is 3 7/8 by 5.5. So this layer is 3 5/8 by 5 1/4. And what I'm going to do, and if you get the card pack, yours is already done for you, your make and take pack. But what I've done is I've just punched. I'm leaving a little gap there, and it may vary a little bit from one make and take pack to another, but they'll be approximately the same. So I'm just leaving a little sliver on that edge, leaving a little bit at the base, and punching that out like that. Because we're going to work with the negative space. Now, my tip for you would be to, if you're a new crafter, then I would recommend putting this on and putting a pencil mark so that you know where you're stamping. I'm actually going to stamp direct onto here. I've got this, I'm going to get it positioned evenly, side to side and top to bottom. And I'm going to stamp direct in. Because I'm used to stamping. But if you're a beginner, I'd recommend that you use a pencil mark and move that aside so that you don't accidentally stamp on your paper or catch it with the edge of the block, which I'm going to take great care not to do. And I'm going to stamp direct into this spot here. So I'm going to use Memento Black, but Berry Burst would be lovely. But I've not got that again yet. Now, a little tip for you. We're using this, let me bring it in, solid colour from here. I've already prepped this stamp. I've used it before. To prep a brand new stamp like this, I would recommend that you either use an eraser and just go over the stamp with an eraser, just to take any machine oil off the top, or simply stamp it a few times and use it and clean it. Do make sure that you clean it well, and it will be ready for stamping again, and the ink will key to it much better. Right, and I should have brought my mat in. Where have I put my mat? I'd covered my mat up, so let's not keep you looking at an empty screen for a long time. So, like I say, get that lined up, and I'm just going to ink that again because it's lost some of the keying. And then I'm going to stamp, and like I say, I'm going to be very careful, and I'm going to stamp that there like that. And I have actually caught a little bit, even though I was trying not to, but not to worry, because I'm going to put some of these stars, so I will cover that. And that's because I need a new eraser, And if I'd used a pencil mark, there was no guarantee that I was going to be able to erase it. So I'm going to stamp. Let me make sure that this is straight. There we are. Right, so now we can put these layers together. And I would recommend using wet glue for this bit, because then you can slide it just slightly. So I'm going to put a bit of wet glue behind there, bit of glue, oops, that's the problem, starts to run a bit too fast. And then I can pop this on and slide it into position. And I'm happy I can just press down a little bit more on that. There we are. Now I'm going to go back to my seal to put this layer on. So I just had a sudden worry that I wasn't recording then, so I just had to check. So this is where we've brought together the circle sayings and the Bright and Beautiful set. Of course, if you wanted to, you could have popped that layer up on dimensionals. And if you are doing that, then I do recommend that you make sure you use the mini dimensionals at these tiny points here, so that they don't show and don't bend too much. So we've got these die cut stars, and because I made that little error there, I'm going to just put one over like that to cover that bit of a mess that I made. And I'm going to put one over here, I think. And then finally one up here. And we've just got 3 iridescent rhinestones. I take a pokey tool, I take a pick tool, and I'm just going to pop these. I think I'll put them in the centre. Entirely up to you how you do it, or you could use all of them just around here, and that would look quite nice with 3 dots like that there as well. As always, I won't be including stamped images, so you're finding something that fits into that space from your own craft cupboard. And bring in the insert, the paper strip, and I'm going to use, where have I put my stamps? There we go. So I'm going to use the Because You're Awesome. So let's pop that on a block. And bring my mat back in again. And I'm just using simply the Memento Black again. And I need to get myself some Berry Burst ink, because that would go really well. you could get away with a different pink, possibly, but I do like to match it. Let me, and again, these are brand new stamps, so not so keyed in. And then we're going to just add that strip of paper left over from the front down at the base here. So you can see the circle punch is handy not just for creating circles that you can then pop up on your designs, but it's great for creating some negative space as well that you can use and stamp into. So I just wanted to give you that little bit of inspiration for your circle punch. Of course, it's not just the circle punch you can use that way, but it does work particularly well because of the symmetry of the circle. It just is an excellent shape to use for that kind of negative space. There we are. And as you've seen, we've got lots of great designs in that pack of Bright and Beautiful DSP. And we've mainly used what I think of as being the fussy side, but you've also got those plain patterns, plainer patterns in there. Let me fetch just a few of them back in, with those simple sort of ombre and wash designs that make great simple backgrounds. We've gone for the more fussy backgrounds for these cards, really just to make the most of them. So that is our final card for this online workshop. As always, I will be back next month on the first Wednesday of the month. I actually put the tutorials up on the Tuesday, and then on the Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. we have a Zoom to be able to chat about any questions you've got about the make and takes, or anything about sort of the new catalogue, Stampin' Up generally. So like I say, these are our make and takes this month, and as you saw at the beginning, you get the make and take pack if you place an order with me that is over £50. You'll get the packs to be able to make these. As always, you don't get the stamped images. You'll need to add your own stamps, but you will get all of the card, paper and little embellishments that we've got here and there to be able to put these cards together yourself. So if you need any help with ordering, please do just message me however is easiest for you. Message me on Facebook or email me, and I will be more than happy to help you place your order, or you can simply go online and place your order and I will see that you've ordered and we'll be able to get a make and take pack to you. So I hope you've had fun with this. Please, if you're seeing this in time, join me for the Zoom. The Zoom's not recorded. It is just a simple meeting for us to be able to get together and have a chat. I'm finding it better than the Facebook Live because I can actually interact with you and respond much easier than I can on a Facebook Live. So we do it now via Zoom. So there we go, and thanks for stopping by.